So you say you want to be a VP. I hear this all the time. People at the middle level wanting to get promoted to the next level. And either they aren't sure of the steps they need to take to get there, or they overestimate their abilities to jump into those roles. And that lack of awareness is hurting their abilities and chances in their organization. So first of all, depending on the organization, this could be a vice president level, it could be a president, it could be EVP, SVP, even C-level, depending on the organization. So the next level is not simply a doubling of the work, more meetings, more emails, more just huge workload, more travel when we can travel again, but it's exponentially bigger. So how does one survive this increase in workload? How does one get ready for this increase in workload? What separates the successful ones with the people who flail? So I broke it down into 4 things. Number 1, people who are ready are great at prioritizing. They understand what to let go of and what to focus on, and how to be laser focused on key things that are important to the business. Number 2, they understand that their job is to lead the people that do the work, not lead the work. Many clients I coach are subject matter experts, and nothing wrong with that, but they need to learn to lead the other people who are and help groom them to become subject matter experts. Number 3, prepare your people by developing them. Clients report that this goal takes a long time, and it should, because if you break it down, there are many steps, and you first need to get into a trusting relationship with someone, understand what motivates them, understand their aspirations and their goals career-wise, and a really good assessment of where they're at. When you're talking with your people and developing them, be really clear about expectations and that they can close this gap between where they think they are and where they need to be. Number 4, you as the leader need to be very self-perceptive and aware of your own growth, development, what happens when you're in stress, your personality traits, and your emotional intelligence. The metaphor here is you've got to build a site plan and a foundation based on your own strengths and awareness and skill sets before you can develop others. Otherwise, if you're trying to coach someone and develop someone and you're not even aware of your own blind spots or even what a blind spot is, it becomes really hard to focus with other people. So where do you start? Let's look at delegation today. Again, there are 4 things to look at for delegation. Number 1, get to know them. You can't delegate to people you do not know or trust. I hear this all the time. I would delegate more, but I don't trust my people. Well, guess what? It's your job to get to know them so that you can trust them. Learn what their strengths are. Learn what their passions are. Find out the meaning to what they want. That way you can then delegate appropriate projects to them. The second one is outcomes. Communicate by connecting the dots between the work you want them to do and the overall outcome and the overall goal of the organization. You need to be really, really clear here on what you expect. The third one is accountability. You cannot delegate tasks and pieces of projects to people and expect them to get excited about it. Now, sometimes we have to because the project is really big and we divide it into pieces. But over time, as the person develops more skills, give them entire projects to run because that will give them more ownership and accountability. The last one is you've got to train the people on what extraordinary looks like and what mediocre looks like. When you're clear about great versus bad, and you're clear about what you expect, you're going to get it. Don't underestimate the importance of communicating in the language of the person you are talking with. If they're a visual learner, show them some charts. Show it to them. Point to examples. If they're auditory, you might need to be talking about it more. Explain to them what you want it to look like, feel like, sound like when they are acting at that higher level. Explain to them what extraordinary looks like. Really clear. And then after mastering delegation, you're going to experience the gift of time when you now start wondering, what am I supposed to do with all this new time? You're probably ready for the next step to senior leader.